I'm sitting here in my den, listening to the ticking of that old grandfather clock on the wall. Outside, the snow is coming down, burying the driveway. This house is 2,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, and right now, it's completely empty. It's so quiet I can hear the furnace shuddering to life down in the basement. In my hands, I'm holding something I've guarded more carefully than my golf clubs or that '69 Mustang sitting in the garage. A black leather ledger. The spine is cracked, the pages are yellowing. This isn't a diary of summer vacations in Florida or warm Christmas memories. This is the financial statement of my life. But instead of recording profits, it records losses. The losses of family. I've kept this for 40 years, since back when I was pulling shifts at the steel mill in Pennsylvania. Every scribbled line records a check I wrote. Student loans for my oldest, the down payment for my daughter's first house, credit card bailouts, car repairs, legal fees, and most importantly, every single phone call. I have logged the reason for every phone call I received from my 3 adult children over the last 10 years. It is a cold, hard American statistic that I am going to share with you right now. Because I know a lot of you men watching this, boomers, Gen Xers, you have a ledger just like this inside your head. You just haven't written it down yet. We are telling ourselves a great lie. The lie is that we are the providers, that we are the pillars of the American dream. The lie is that dipping into our 401k and taking the tax hit to bail our kids out of financial trouble is the highest form of love. The lie that says, they're just victims of the economy. I'm their father. If I don't help them, who will? I am 85 years old. I worked 60-hour weeks for 45 years to put 3 kids through college so they could have a better life than I did. And I am looking you straight in the eye to tell you, you are wrong. Dead wrong. You are not a pillar. You are an ATM machine that breathes. And the tragedy is, the machine is running out of cash, but your customers, your own flesh and blood, are still standing in line, waiting with a patience that is purely calculated. Let me read you what this ledger exposes. Numbers don't lie, only our emotions do. In the last 5 years, I received a total of 142 phone calls from my 3 children. You want to know the breakdown? Only 4 calls were on Thanksgiving or Christmas morning. Only 6 calls were to ask about my health. And ironically, those 6 calls only happened after I was already in the hospital and they heard about it on Facebook from a cousin. The other 132 calls, that's 93%, all started with the exact same script. I know the script by heart. It starts with a little small talk. Hey Dad, catch the game on Sunday? How's the old Buick running? You answer feeling a little spark of hope. But 30 seconds in, the tone changes. It drops. It gets hesitant. But listen, Dad, mortgage rates are killing us right now. Dad, Sarah needs braces and the insurance won't cover it. Dad, I maxed out the credit cards again. Dad, I promise, this is the last time. The last time. That is the biggest lie in family history. Next month never comes. I'm not talking about children who abandon their parents. No, my kids still show up for Thanksgiving. They bring the turkey. They give me a bottle of whiskey. They smile. But you know what? Their eyes don't look at me. When they sit in this living room, their eyes scan the furniture. They ask subtle questions about what this house is worth in today's market. They are calculating. They are appraising my estate while I am still sitting here warm and breathing. If every time your phone rings, your stomach ties in a knot because you know it's going to be a request for money, that is not family. That is a shakedown. And we, the fathers, have allowed it. Let me tell you the cost. I had a friend, Robert, classic American dad, proud, protective. He had a son who was a stockbroker in New York. When the son was 30, he lost big on a bad investment. Robert withdrew a chunk of his 401k to bail him out. He took the tax penalty. He said, he just needs a second chance. When the son was 35, he got divorced, needed money for lawyers and alimony. Robert took out a reverse mortgage on his house, the house he had already paid off, to get cash for his son. He said, family comes first. And what did Robert get in return? When Robert got old and frail, his nest egg was gone. He couldn't afford a decent private care facility. He ended up in a state-run nursing home, sharing a room with two other men, where one nurse looks after 20 patients. The son? He was busy with his new life on the West Coast. He sent Christmas cards. He rarely visited because flights are too expensive. Robert died alone. At the funeral, after the pastor finished speaking, the son pulled me aside. He didn't ask about his father's final days. He asked, "Hey John, do you know if Dad had a life insurance policy stashed away somewhere? Or any other accounts?" He didn't care that his father died lonely. He only cared if there was enough inheritance left to buy a new Tesla. Robert's sacrifice didn't create gratitude. It created a parasite. Why do we do it? Why is it so hard for us American men to say no? Is it because we love them? Yes. But that's only half the truth. The other half is our ego. We were raised to be providers. That's our identity. When we retire, when we lose the job title, we fear becoming useless. Writing that check makes us feel powerful again. It makes us feel like the man of the house. We are using money to buy our children's attention. But it's a trap. You are buying dependency, not respect. You are robbing your children of the chance to grow up, to fail, and to figure it out. You are turning them into financial cripples. I had another friend, Michael, ex-Marine, tough as nails. 15 years ago, his daughter Jessica called him crying. She was $20,000 in credit card debt from clothes and vacations. Michael said one word, no. Jessica screamed at him, "You're selfish. You have the money in the bank. Are you just going to watch me drown?" Michael said calmly, "That is your mother's and my retirement money. If you want to pay off your debt, pick up extra shifts. I can give you advice on budgeting, but I will not give you one red cent." Jessica didn't speak to him for 2 years. She skipped Thanksgiving. It broke Michael's heart. I saw him cry, but he held the line. The result? Jessica had to wait tables at night. She sold her designer bags. It took her 3 years to dig out of that hole, but she learned the value of $1. Today, she manages a restaurant chain. She owns her own home. She is completely financially independent. Now she looks at Michael with absolute respect. She thanks him for not letting her be a leech. Michael accepted being the villain in the short term to save his daughter's life in the long term. If you want to change this dynamic, If you want a peaceful old age and children who are actually adults, here are 5 things you need to do right now. Number 1, close the bank of dad. Tell your kids, I am retired. I need to protect my nest egg to ensure I don't become a burden to you later. This is the truth. Healthcare in this country is expensive. Assisted living is expensive. If you spend your money on them now, who pays for your care later? They do. So keeping your money is helping them. Number 2, never co-sign. I repeat, never do it. No co-signing for cars. No co-signing for mortgages. No co-signing for student loans. When you co-sign, you are putting your credit score and your assets on the betting table. If they default, the bank comes for you. They come for your house. Don't let emotion blind you to legal liability. Number 3, get a will or a trust and keep the numbers secret. See an attorney. Ensure that if you get sick, your assets are used for your care first. And tell your kids, I am going to spend my money living until my last day. Whatever is left over, if anything is left over, that is for you. Stop letting them count their chickens before they hatch. Number 4, get a life. Stop waiting by the phone. Go fishing. Play golf. Join a chess club. Woodwork in the garage. Be busy. When they call for money, say, I'm busy heading to Florida with the guys. Let's catch up later. Show them your happiness does not depend on their validation. Number 5, accept that you might be lonely. This is America. Kids grow up and fly the coop. Don't expect them to nurse you. Prepare your finances to pay for professional care. It is better to be lonely in financial security than to be broke, destitute, and resented by the children who drained you dry. You know, my black ledger stopped recording 3 years ago. That was the day I decided to run a test. I called my 3 kids. I sounded grave. I told them, the market crashed. My retirement fund took a huge hit. I'm afraid I'm tapped out. In fact, if things get worse, I might have to sell the house and move into one of your basements. Of course I was lying. My money was safe. But I wanted to see what would happen. The silence on the other end of the line was deafening. Suddenly, everyone had an excuse. The house is too small. The wife is stressed. We're renovating. After that call, the request for money stopped completely. They were terrified that if they asked for more, I would really go broke and move in with them. The fear of having to take care of me was stronger than their greed. Am I sad about it? A little, but I feel free. Now my phone is quiet. I sit here watching the snow, drinking my coffee. I know I'm safe. I have my insurance. I have my savings. And I am the captain of my own ship until my final breath. Gentlemen, close your checkbooks. Don't let your kindness destroy your children's future and your own peace. Loving them means teaching them to stand on their own 2 feet, not letting them ride on your back until your spine snaps. It took me 40 years and a thick black ledger to figure that out. Now you've seen it too. Save yourself.